In this Nagi spinoff novel, we find out all about Nagi's past before football, and this is full of surprises. First, I just want to say, please make sure to like and subscribe for more awesome anime and manga videos, because it takes a lot of time to make these videos. And also, make sure to join my brand new Discord server, it's finally out! In the third year of middle school, Nagi was still just a lazy video game addict and is scolded by everyone since he has so much potential but he doesn't use any of it. Everyone says Nagi needs to think about his future, but Nagi didn't even know what high school he wanted to go to, and nothing excites him. I'm glad he's always been like that, cause that's why he's my favorite character. Anyways, Nagi always thought working was a pain in the ass, and he doesn't want to work in a toxic company, and he doesn't want to work all day and night. Or better say, he doesn't want to work at all. Nagi was actually thinking about how to live without working, and picks up a pen and starts writing. Nagi thinks he will get a good job at a good company, then make some money and retire early, and play video games for the rest of his life. Nagi then filled out the best high school in Tokyo just so he could get a high-paying job. Nagi chose his future not for his family, but so he could have a lazy life. Nagi then sits down and goes back to playing video games once again, but Nagi was scolded once again by his teacher since he only chose the best school in Tokyo, and he didn't even change his school because it was too much work. This is why I love Nagi. Nagi didn't even study for the entrance exam, and while other kids were in cram school studying 24/7, Nagi was snuggled up in his bed playing video games and sleeping. 2 weeks before the entrance exam, and Nagi finally picked up a book but complained about all the subjects. But Nagi actually did study and pass the test to get into the elite high school. On the first day of school, everyone was wearing the uniforms proudly, but Nagi was just complaining that it was uncomfortable. Nagi went to his first class and was relieved to sit down, but someone just starts talking to him instantly about how tall he was. Wait, Nagi 6'2"? What? Everyone in Bluelock is so tall. Anyways, the conversation stopped once Nagi started to ignore him. Nagi was an introvert, obviously, and he thought choosing this high school was a mistake. Everyone in the high school was the complete opposite of him, as they were hardworking, rich, and disciplined, while Nagi was just a lazy prodigy that wasn't passionate about anything but video games. While the homeroom teacher was giving a huge speech and everyone was so intrigued, Nagi was just sleeping. After all that, Nagi goes to his dorm and just plays video games. But once he's walking up to his dorm, Nagi hears a voice and it's a girl running up to him, and she says, "Hey tall guy, why don't you join the basketball club? It'll be a shame to let your body go idle. If you work hard, you might just be a regular." Nagi was just about to leave, but a senior girl stops him and asks Nagi if he wants to join the basketball club, but Nagi shakes his head no. And she says, "Oh, you're to join the club?" And Nagi shakes his head up and down. And she says, "What club?" And Nagi says the Go Home Club and runs away. Nagi thinks that there's no way he will ever do sports, if even walking troubles him. But every team tries to recruit him, and even the cheerleading team? Nagi soon tries out for the basketball team so the people will stop ignoring him, and there's this tall muscular guy who wants to show Nagi how fun basketball can be. But Nagi keeps wanting to leave, but he couldn't. After some lectures, Nagi just went on his phone and fled. All the clubs soon stopped recruiting him because he was just, and I quote, a weirdo. Nagi even saw his classmates as weird creatures. His daily routine was to suffer at school, then game time for the rest of the day. Nagi keeps coming to class, but they see him as an emotionless weirdo, and no one even interacts with him anymore, and he still thinks school is a pain, and if it wasn't for school, he could just sleep and play video games. The dream life. Once a girl was about to wake up Nagi, a stupid classmate screams, "If you hear Nagi's voice, you will be cursed for the rest of your life," and that Nagi's the devil child. That's fucked up. At the end of the day, they left Nagi alone in the classroom, and after a couple hours, they'd come back and find Nagi asleep in the exact same position. In the summertime, Nagi was taking an exam and just took a nap right in the middle of it. A teacher walks up to Nagi angrily, but Nagi wakes up and shows him a crumbled history paper. And he even shows him the blank spaces. That offended the teacher so much, he just left Nagi alone. Even though some kids were studying all the time, Nagi does not study and gets near perfect scores on each test. He is such a prodigy. Nagi starts to think to himself on why people work so hard, and that the people that work hard aren't special at all. So I guess this is why Nagi was always talking shit. Nagi got the top score in his class. How? He was asleep. Nagi was soon forced to play in the men's volleyball tournament, even though he didn't want to. Everyone tries to scare him off, because he would just be useless. Nagi didn't even know the rules of volleyball, and the captain tells Nagi just to stand still and get out of the way. Nagi just thought to play one match, but he ended up playing and winning 3 matches in a row. He ditched his team to the finals even though Nagi just wanted to go home and thought this was all hell. But in the very final match, Nagi was still standing still and went to the 5th set. Nagi saw it was 14-15 and thought one more point and they can finally go home and play video games. Thwack! The basketball guy hits a nice swerve and feinted the ball, and as they were just about to lose, Nagi stretches out his left leg and kicks it up with his foot, and they scored! All thanks to the genius Nagi. Everyone thinks that it was just a coincidence that it hit Nagi's feet. Nagi is thinking why the other team is so frustrated. Nagi finally sees the potential that kept him away from those feelings by realizing the gap between him and the other people. In Nagi's second year, he didn't change, but everyone around him changed, trying to enjoy romance and stuff. But Nagi still just slept and played video games like a Chad. Nagi realizes he hasn't said anything in a week, and thinks he still has to have basic communication skills. But after a little bit, he just stopped because it's too much of a dread. After 2 weeks, he decides to have minimum communication skills, but he doesn't want friends or even a girlfriend. He wants a non-human to speak to. And soon he starts talking to a cactus. Nagi is so lazy, he doesn't even like eating, and he only has jelly drinks, because they don't need to be chewed. How did Nagi make it this far in Bluelock? I'm so confused. Nagi wonders if he can do photosynthesis like his cactus. He goes to school and plays games on his usual staircase, but someone with purple hair bumps into him, and Nagi leaps down and gets his phone before it breaks with his awesome trapping skills. The purple-haired man is Rio, and that's how they get introduced to each other. Nagi realizes Rio is that super rich dude and just asks him to give him some money. He actually reached out his hand and expected Rio to do it. Legend says Rio never did. Anyways, that's it for this video. I just have one word for this spin-off novel, and that is perfection. When I was reading it, I couldn't stop laughing. Nagi is truly one of my all-time favorite anime characters. Anyways, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And I'm thinking about getting a channel membership since these videos are very hard to make and some money would be nice. Anyways, join my new Discord server and peace.